Managing your risk is one of the most important aspects you want to master if you want to win in investing. In this video, I'll share with you an investment approach that will aim at minimizing your risk while maximizing your investment returns when you are investing. Let's dive in! Stocks have been the best investment assets over the last 200 years. A lot of people are actually interested in investing in stocks, but they believe that it's risky since you can easily lose your money. The common belief around stocks is that if you want to aim for high rewards, you need to take on a lot of risks. However, if we look at the different investment approaches, there is actually one strategy that aims at minimizing your risk while maximizing your investment returns when you are investing. And this strategy is called value investing. The question you might be asking yourself is, how do they do this? And the answer is that they buy wonderful companies on sale. There are really three key things that value investors do differently from other investors. The first one is that they buy companies that they understand within their circle of competence. The second thing is that they are primarily focused on the downside, and they usually buy companies with a huge margin of safety. And the third point is that they play the long-term game. Let's dive into each of these points one by one to understand them better. When value investors buy a stock, they are usually more focused on the business rather than the stock price. Because the reality is that when you buy a stock, you are actually buying a piece of a company. If I have my own company, and if I have 10 stocks in the market, if you are buying one stock of my company, you are actually the owner of 1/10 of my company. One of the main reasons why value investors often invest in companies that they understand within their circle of competence is because in the long run, the price of a stock will usually follow the price of the earnings of this company. So in other words, if the earnings of the company go up, the price of the stock will go up as well. And obviously, it's quite impossible to predict the earnings of a company if you are unable to understand it. While it's important to understand what you are buying, you also want to understand why this business is so attractive, and this is when the competitive advantage of the business becomes highly relevant. Value investors will typically invest in a business that has a strong, durable competitive advantage, or many competitive advantages, because the competitive advantage of the business is what will protect the earnings of this business in the future. If we look at a company like Coca-Cola, the fact that they have a big brand and a secret to make their unique products is protecting them against the competition in their industry. Even if the business is built up with the right attributes, value investors would typically make sure that the business is managed by a management team that is talented and acting with a lot of integrity. Because often, the jockey is more important than the horse. If you are able to understand the company you are investing in, and if this company has a strong competitive advantage and is run by a management team that is talented and acting with a lot of integrity, then you can say that you found a wonderful company to invest in. Once you found a wonderful company, you also want to make sure that the price you pay limits your risk of losing your money. And this is why value investors primarily focus on the downside of the company and invest in a way that will provide them a huge margin of safety. Before we dive into our second point, let's maybe listen to what Warren Buffett, the best investor in the world, think about focusing on the downside when you are investing in a business.
The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule, and that's all the rules there are. I mean, if you buy things for far below what they're worth and you buy a group of them, you basically don't lose money.
As you have probably picked up from this interview, you really want to focus on not losing your money. And the reason why this is the case is because it takes over a 100% gain to recover from a 50% loss. So you really want to invest in situations where heads you win and tails you don't lose much. This mindset of not losing your money is highly driven by the price you will pay to acquire your stock. And this is when the concept of margin of safety becomes highly relevant. To explain you the margin of safety concept, let's take an example from your everyday life. Usually, when you are driving, one of the things that you will do consistently is to check what will happen in your environment. So if the driver in front of you is doing weird things, what you will do is you will actually create some buffer between your car and his car in order to make sure that you won't bump into him. So this buffer in investing is what we call the margin of safety. And the way value investors create this margin of safety is basically paying a price that is way below the value of the company. And the price of a stock will be usually undervalued if the company is going through an event that will create a lot of fear in the short run, or if the whole market is going down. Prediction cannot be 100% accurate. And this is why the margin of safety concept is really important, to make sure that even if we are wrong in our judgments, we don't lose money. To make sure that we are paying a price that will provide us a huge margin of safety, we must be able to value the company. As Warren Buffett often says, price is what you pay, value is what you get. And there is no way you will be able to value a company if you don't understand it. So this is why our first point, invest in businesses that you understand within your circle of competence, is so important. After buying your wonderful company at a discounted price, time usually becomes your best friend if you are willing to keep these investments for the long term. If we look at the companies that are representing around 80% of Warren Buffett's portfolio, we can see that the holding period of these companies varies from 5 years, Apple, to 33 years in the case of Coca-Cola. There are actually a couple of reasons why value investors would typically hold their positions for a long period of time. A wonderful company will usually recover from a bad event. If you remember what I told you previously, the stock of a price becomes undervalued when the company goes through an event or the whole market is going through an event. A wonderful company will always recover. And the reason why a wonderful company will always recover in the long term is because the fear that created this event will usually vanish after a couple of years. The second reason why value investors would typically play the long-term game is because in the short term, it is almost impossible to understand what the market will be doing. But in the long run, if you remember what I told you previously, the price of a stock will usually follow the earnings of a company. And the third reason why value investors would typically play the long-term game is because a wonderful company will really be a compounding machine, which means that in the long run, the value of this company will increase. And if the price of your investment is still under the value of this company, there is no reason for you to sell. This is it for today, guys. I hope you liked this video. And if you want to get more content like this, feel free to subscribe into the channel and feel free to leave a like as well. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you soon.